feel it? Yeah.
Can you feel it? Got my head in the clouds and I can't come down. Can you feel it? Got my head in the clouds and I won't come down. Can you feel it? Got my head in the clouds and I can't come down. Can you feel it? No, I won't come down. I hold my breath because I love the taste. And I stay happy when the rest of the world just lays to waste. And it goes, nobody had nothing can help me from all my troubles except for my only one-night escape. Traveling around the world, finding my place. Can you feel it? Got my head in the clouds and I can't come down.
I can fucking feel that shit.
Feel it? Got my head in the clouds and I won't come down. Can you feel it? Got my head in the clouds and I haven't come down. Can you feel it? No, I won't come down. I fly straight and I won't come down. I fly straight. I'm rolling up a G6. Hit it once, you won't believe this. You say your mind is racing, well, I'm just trying to help you pace it. See, I be floating around spaceships, all up in there where them planes is. Mixing my green with my breakfast, waking, baking. I'ma roll my weed up every day, smoke every day, party every day. Trying to reach the clouds, are you on your way?
I'm rolling up good, you rolling up trash. I'm burning them slow, you burning them fast. You smoking on this, I'm smoking on that. Ain't counting them grams, just go in the bag. You rolling a blunt, I'm rolling a zag, and grinding it up and mix it with hash and ass.
I wanna hang out with Wiz Khalifa. Holy shit. What the fuck is up, people? Welcome to One by One. Back again for the second time this week. Can you believe that shit? I can't believe that shit. No, I can believe that shit. This is my plan. Want to have something going on. At least once a week. That's what I told y'all. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking like for. But, yeah. Hey, what's going on? It's Mike. It's Mike. That's my name. It's Friday night, and I feel alright. I had a cool fucking conversation with Nicki Fuchs, comedienne extraordinaire from Baltimore. She's also a scientist by day, so watch the fuck out, because she might fucking pull some shit on you. I don't even know what that means. She might scientifically kick your ass. No, I joke around. I kid. She's a fucking cool chick, and I even hate saying chick because it's like, I don't know. Some people find it like degrading or something like that, but to me it's like saying dude. You know, it's a cool dude, but she's not a dude, so I say chick. I don't know. She's a really cool woman, and I can't thank her enough for giving me a call tonight. It was really cool conversation. We talked about a bunch of things, including comedy. Hello. And President Flump, as we are calling him now. But yeah, she's got shit going on. She's got comedy shows like almost every weekend lately, and she's ready to tear shit up, man. And from what I've seen, as far as her stand-up, she's hilarious. And on the phone, she's fucking funny as shit. So I really enjoyed this, and hopefully we get to do it again. She might come up to Philly and do some spots at Helium, maybe a festival or two around the way, and I'll definitely be there. I'm trying to get into that scene myself, not necessarily the comedic side, but you know, just trying to be there. It's fun. It's fucking fun to go watch a comedy show, you know? Especially around here, like, they don't happen. I mean, they happen often, but, you know, it's over in Philly. It's like 25 minutes away. It's so far. My God. But, yeah. Check it out. It's the wonderful and talented Nicki Fuchs.
I push away because I don't like the way cut out and punctured and shoved it in my face.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you now.
Yay, what happened? Okay, cool.
No, when I pushed record, I forgot to push the, red button on your track. Didn't know that wasn't going to happen, but I'm a fucking amateur. How's it going?
Good, how are you? Oh my God, I can't believe we're like talking, but we're still never met.
I know, right? I've like watched you on Periscope, and
yeah,
it's a weird fucking world we live in with this technology bullshit, right?
It's crazy, but it's pretty cool that you can connect with so many people.
Hell yeah.
You know?
Fuck yeah. I was just on the on Skype with Cleo. She's from the fucking Netherlands. And that I just find that crazy. Like I called her at 6 o'clock my time, and it was midnight over there. So
wow,
it's nuts. So how is it going with you and your world?
Good. I am basically getting ready for my I host and produce a show every 2 months in Baltimore, and it's like a weed comedy show.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm have that tonight, and I'm excited. I think it's going to be a success. So
that's what's up. That sounds like my kind of show.
Yeah, it's like live music from 8 to 9, and then like 90 minutes of comedy with like a headliner and a feature act and everything. It's like a real.
That sounds really fucking cool. I need to like start something like that around here, because.
Yeah, seriously, and take a smoke break in between.
Well, you got the luck of being down there. Well, no, it's not legal there, is it?
Decriminalized.
Decriminalized.
Kind of illegal, but you know, it's like we just have this backyard. It's like a real artist venue. It's owned by all artists. It's like a club, and there's a stage for music, because a lot of these people who own it and the artists that are a part of the club are musicians. So they're trying to integrate comedy as well. So I'm like one of the comedians that will put a show on there every few months, and I like to incorporate music too. And they have like, it's a good setup. They have a stage and everything, nice lighting, and then in the back there's like a little patio where you can smoke your pot secure, you know?
Nice. We don't even have the decriminalized shit here in Jersey yet. I gotta go across the bridge to Philly to enjoy that.
Is it decriminalized in Philly?
Yep, it's been decriminalized for over a year now, I think. I went to I saw Sublime with Rome. Like
I love them. I saw them too this last summer.
They're fucking great. Like that dude Rome is fucking on point, man. I was impressed.
Good. I saw that. I've been very impressed with him since I saw like an interview that he did with the guy that's like, you know, the only surviving member of Sublime, I feel like.
Well, the drummer and the bass player are still the originals.
Oh, they are too? Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't remember which one he was then, but I guess he's like really tall and stuff. I don't know. Anyway, they were like talking about how they're still partying hard and like whatever, but his voice sounds very good, you know?
Yeah.
Rome's voice sounds so much like...
Yeah.
It's amazing. I have all their CDs. So.
Oh, the new shit with Rome?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's really not that bad. I don't know. But at the concert, I can remember just since it's decriminalized over there, as soon as they came out on stage, because I think I saw him with Modest Yahoo, I think, open for him, and everybody just started lighting up. I was like, this is fucking great. Unfortunately, I didn't have anything on me, but I could just, take big breaths of air.
Actually, when I was at the women's march last weekend, somebody was like smoking pot really close to me, and I was like, dude, I wish I could like get through this many people to get over to you to ask to smoke the joint, you know?
Don't discriminate.
Yeah, it was like so packed that it was really hard to like find the specific person that was like smoking the pot. We just got the whiffs in the crowd. Everybody was like shoulder to shoulder. So
yeah, I remember telling you I was watching on C-SPAN while you were there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. What was it like?
So we tried to. Well, it was like nothing I've ever experienced in my life. We tried to go to the rally. We wanted to see the speakers, but we couldn't even get to like the street that it was on. We were stuck kind of like at the meeting point for where the march was supposed to happen, and it was like people were shoulder to shoulder, like we couldn't move. But it was cool because nobody was mean. Everybody was just like so fucking chill, and we were all like clearly vibrating on the same frequency to the point where like people were like, oh, thank you, oh, excuse me, oh, thank you. Like it was the weirdest, most refreshing thing I have ever experienced. You know, it was just like nobody was like intentionally trying to just be rude or annoyed that they were in this really hard, you know, really, really big crowd of people, and how uncomfortable that can be and how people react. And everybody was just reacting really well to that.
That's great.
I mean, we had conversations, we started songs, we started chants, you know, everybody wanted to take pictures of those signs and everybody else's signs. We would ask, you know, can we take a picture? Like everybody was just so respectful, and, you know, and we were all there for our own reasons, obviously, but all together, you know, while respecting our own reasons, trying to just emanate the same idea that this is just unacceptable. We won't tolerate anything, you know?
Yeah. It's weird. It's not weird, but I kind of like the fact that it was, you know, named the Women's March, and you like the females kind of started this, I guess, peaceful revolution, because it ain't gonna fucking stop. Can you imagine if, you know, all the other like-minded people, like there wasn't just women there, obviously, but
right.
You know,
there was a lot of men there too. But I think the fact that it was mostly women speaks volumes because of how peaceful it was. I feel like that is a sign, you know, like that's and just an indication at like how much we are ready for things to be peaceful. And that was just anybody who was there, you know?
Yeah.
Like it didn't matter what color you were, it didn't matter if you were male or female. Like we were all like, we're just ready for this to not be so hateful anymore. Like, let's, you know, accept everything. Like, let's be accepting of everything. So yeah. I think, you know, I don't know. I saw that there's a science march. I'm a fucking scientist. Like, I feel like I have to go to that, you know? So that'll hopefully be the next one. Hopefully it's on a weekend when I can actually, like, make it instead of, like, taking off of work. But
yeah. Well, I wanted to ask you about that. What exactly do you study as far as science? Like, that's your day job, right? Like,
yeah. So I actually helped develop how biopharmaceuticals are made, so how they can be manufactured. A specific type of drug called a biological, which is basically a genetically modified organism, and in this case we use certain mammalian cells, and they are basically genetically modified to be factories that produce these proteins, or better known as like antibodies, but sometimes obviously not antibodies too, if that makes sense. So, and then those antibodies are basically tailored to work with your genes and immune system to help with cancer, asthma, immune disease, you know, immune disorder, like autoimmunity, and like all of these other things. Like I've been working on one for diabetes, you know, so those type of like drugs where you're using a lot of like genetic modification, and then also, so basically it takes like 40 years for like one drug to be fully approved and created, you know, and approved by the FDA kind of thing, if that makes sense.
That's
a little less, maybe like now 30, I would say, and billions of dollars.
That's incredible. Like,
yeah.
Wow, you're actually like doing good shit.
But I don't necessarily fully agree with it, because I feel like they're really probably paying, you know, all the lobbyists to lobby against medical marijuana. And
yeah.
So, and I'm an advocate for marijuana in general as a drug that is also just as good as these other drugs we're making. Like, why can't they be equal, right? Going back to equality, right? I don't know. So it's a whole thing for me. It's very fucked up.
Hopefully soon it will just be fucking legal. Like, I don't know, with the whole administration of fucking cronies, who knows what's gonna happen, but like,
that's right. And I've talked to a few business owners, and that are weed advocates, and well, really one in particular in Baltimore, who was like, I really think because of all the other bullshit they're doing, he might, and also if he has a businessman outlook on it, that it might be okay. Like, weed might be okay. I'm just like, I don't know, man. I just feel like he's doing everything to spite everyone. Right?
Yeah, that's all we've seen so far. Like, all this shit he signed.
Spiteful, you know?
Yeah, he's like a big fucking orange child, I think.
Right? He's just, I don't even want to know what his skin looks like in real life. It is like fucking like lizard, like crusty, like I don't know. He's just gross. He creeps me out.
Wouldn't that be funny if like his whole body, it was like when a guy wears one of those wife beater shirts or whatever the hell they're fucking called, and you get like the little tan.
Ew.
His whole body is just white. All that is orange is his neck up.
You know, like King of the Hill.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think he kind of like resembles like that, like Bobby? Like that's like a young version of Donald Trump. That was like Donald Trump when probably not richer, obviously, but still, like it looks like him as like a cartoon. I don't know.
And it's so funny. Like, it's so obvious that he gets a spray tan. His eyes are still white, like most of the time.
Yeah, it's like, what are you trying to hide? Your translucent, like fucking, like black veins filled with toxic poison and hate of the world. Like,
he's a lizard. He's one of those.
He is. I hate him. I hate him so much. Sorry. Okay.
That's cool. Next subject, because I don't know. Whenever I bring up politics, not really that much that I bring it up, but like, it always turns into a weird subject. But I feel like with you, we're more on the same page. So it's all right.
I need to be more educated. I have a hard time like watching the news or like reading anything on the media like out there, because it's like you really don't know what's real. And I just know that everything is so skewed per what they decide. So it's just hard for me to really have any valued opinion other than, obviously, I want equality for everyone and I want everybody to be safe and, you know, all of that, right? And other than that, it's like and the earth, like, I don't even know. I'm just at a loss.
Yeah, it's hard to like even go on fucking Facebook recently, like in this past couple month, or actually just 2 weeks.
It's so hard, but you know, I don't know what else to do. I'm also like addicted to it. You know? Like, what did they say this time? Like, what is he doing now? You know, I don't know. It's so awful.
I know. It got to the point where I had the notifications on so that you get whatever anybody comments or likes or anything. I just turn that shit the fuck off. Now I turn on Twitter notifications like when I know that I'm waiting for somebody to respond or something. You know? I've
totally turned off all notifications because I noticed it just helps me to like not be on my phone as much.
Yeah. And a lot of the time I'll get to work and I'll leave my phone in my jacket pocket. Like I'll have to shut it on, put it on silent or whatever. So I don't even hear it vibrate or anything. Just leave it out of sight.
Yep. I have a hard time with that though, for real. I need to work on that actually. Thank you for saying something. It's pretty bad actually. I'm like posting on Facebook about periods all day at work. Like, it's like, okay. I need to get a grip on reality.
Yeah, that's how I am with fucking the Instagram thing. Like,
oh my God.
Jesus Christ. And I'm constantly trying to find like different shit, especially like doing Joey's page and shit. Like I'm trying to like, just get him out there more. It's
right. Well, you're doing a really good job. So
thank you very much.
You fucking rock. Seriously.
Yeah, I can't believe it just hit 107,000 followers and he's never even logged into that shit.
That's so amazing.
Yeah.
But it's his, official account, even if he doesn't use it. So
yeah. It's like the month or two after I started it, he sent me a message and was like, "Yeah, my guy got the page approved for that little blue check mark or whatever the hell it is."
Oh, verified.
Yeah, verified. I don't even know what the hell it's called, but yeah. So it's pretty cool. Like there's so many people that like comment and like they think it's him, but I have it on the main page that it's not.
Yeah.
And that I run it, but they just look at the actual post. They don't go back to his main thing and look and see, it's run by this guy.
Yeah, people don't fucking read. Also, somebody commented on the picture you posted that, another snore bush. And I was like, what the fuck does that even mean?
You don't know the story of Lucy Snorebush?
No, I don't. What is it?
Actually, there was a couple other ones on there that were rather rude that I got rid of. But,
you got rid. Oh no, that's awful.
Just because I don't want you to feel bad. There's fucking like stupid assholes that are on the internet. They just do shit to fucking troll people. But the story of Lucy Snorebush, Joey told on his podcast a bunch of times. He was younger. I forget what he did, but he took a Quaalude and snuck into her bedroom and ate her pussy real quick and then left.
Oh my God.
But her name was just so fucking funny, Snorebush.
Yeah, okay.
So that's about that.
I was trying to say I was like boring or something, because that would be like a word for boring. What a Snorebush.
Now it is. Fuck it.
Yeah, I think you need to get that back to Joey and tell him to start using that.
Like, what a fucking Snorebush. I think I actually posted something. It was either a picture or one of the videos today with Eleanor Kerrigan on the church, and some guy, I haven't deleted it yet, but some guy was like Eleanor or Ella Bohr Kerrigan or like snore. I don't know. It was same kind of thing, but just rude fucking people on there sometimes.
Yeah, I got to see her at the Comedy Store when I was there. She did really well.
Yeah, how was that shit?
Like,
how was that trip? Were you there like a week?
I was there for a week. I went to the Comedy Store 3 nights out of the 4, which is like impressive because the first time I went to LA this summer, I went every night basically, maybe except for one night. So I didn't see Joe Rogan this time. Yeah, but I saw Tony Hinchcliffe.
The Golden Pony.
Yeah, saw him. I got to watch Mark Maron do a set, which was really cool. I had never seen him live before.
Nice.
I mean, it's electric. It's electric in there no matter like where you are. It's just always like amazing, and the energy of that place just like, I don't know, I'm so drawn to it for real. Yeah.
It's the Mecca. It's the comedy Mecca.
It is. It's so amazing. And I got to perform there on Monday. So the last night I was there, I actually ended up staying one extra night, and I actually celebrated New Year's Eve at the Comedy Store. And that night I saw Eric Marino like walking around, and he has this show called Show Up, Go Up on Sunday night.
Yeah.
And I had performed on it the first time I was out in LA, and he remembered me, and he was like, yeah, if you're here tomorrow, like come through. And I was like, well, I fly home tomorrow, so that's not possible. But then somehow, magically, I got to stay one extra night, and I got to go up at the Comedy Store again.
That's sweet. What room was it? I know they have
the belly room.
The belly room. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking awesome.
Fucking badass room, yeah. And I mean, even though the other 2 nights I was there, I didn't perform. I still found myself on stage by the end of the night, which was really weird. The first night was because I competed in a cupcake eating contest in one of the shows. Yeah, I fucking won too, dude.
No shit.
Well, here's what happened. Like, I got really drunk and I was like, dude, like, I have like a lot more like time before I'm like going home, so I need to sober up. And then all of a sudden, like, there was like a fucking like 24 cupcakes, and they're like, who wants to eat cupcakes? And I was like, oh, I'm gonna soak up all the alcohol. Yeah. So like, I was like, me. So yeah, it was me, and I had like a teammate who was like another comic. He from LA, and we just fucking housed them. Were
they like medicated or just regular?
They were regular.
Well, still.
Yeah. No.
If they weren't medicated, or if they were medicated, you would have had a really fucking good night.
Yeah, I would have like fallen asleep right there probably.
Do they have like edibles and shit down there in Baltimore?
Yeah.
Like, not that you can buy legally, obviously.
No, but in DC. So when I go to DC, sometimes there's this one show called it's a weed show, and they have actually venues because it's it's legal in DC. So
yeah,
people will come and you will pay for like a sticker and get 3 free edibles. But you can't buy the weed. You can only pay for like a lighter and get a free.
It's one of those deals.
Right. You know what I mean? So it's like, well, you're getting you're really just buying the whatever, but you have to say that you're buying like an item or something.
It's like a $25 lighter.
Exactly. But then you get the free weed stuff. So
how was the potency of it there, though?
It's very it varies, so I don't trust it. I don't like it. I'm not a fan. It's nothing like Denver or Seattle. But it's also not regulated yet either, right?
Yeah, they need to get the fuck on that shit.
Yeah, they're just like homegrown businesses trying to make money, and it's like, that's cool and all, but like, if you're offering that this is 50 milligrams and I don't even feel anything, like, that pisses me off.
Yeah. I bet. I went to go see Joey up in New York. Damn, that was fucking last June. Holy shit.
Oh, wow.
That was so. I thought it feels like it was like a couple weeks ago, but he had me and my girlfriend come back to the green room like in between his sets, and the first thing he did was hand us some stars. And my girlfriend was like, "No, I don't want to." She just like held on to it, and then I took it later, but.
How much was it? Like $1 million?
Well, he handed me the purple one and a red one. So I think altogether it was 200 plus 125, so 325. And I just fucking ate them whole, like both of them right away. Yeah, I was.
That much? Did you fall asleep?
No, because we took the train from Jersey. I think it's like near Princeton or whatever the hell it's called. I forget what the hell the name of the city is, but it's the train that goes right over to Central Station or whatever the hell. And so I took him. We chilled for a few more minutes. We were talking with like one of his childhood friends was there, and we were just like chatting before he had to go back on stage. And then we finally left, and that's when I started to feel it as we like walked out of Gotham. I was like, oh man, this is what's up. And then we got on the train, and I'm just like, now I know how Lee Syatt feels sitting on that podcast with his eyes just like closed and barely able to talk. I'm just like buzzing, you know.
Do you know your dosage? Like, do you know how much your body like can handle? Or
No. Because I've been actually for the last like month or so I haven't smoked all but one time.
Is it because you're gonna be a daddy soon?
Oh, partially it is. Yeah. But
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you very much. It's a boy. A little baby boy.
That's so amazing, dude.
Yeah. But it is basically because I'm going to be a dad. I need to start saving. I need to, get my shit together, be able to have like a level head without being fucking stoned all the time. I got to be in the right mental state for this baby. I don't want to risk, fucking him up in any way,
Yeah, and I think what I've noticed is parents or beginner parents, or when you're becoming a parent for the first time, that is such a huge concern. And then by like the second baby, they're like, yo, look, pass that fucking joint, man.
Oh, trust me, so, I'm waiting.
Yeah, like, definitely do you. But, like, you'll realize, like, oh, it's not as big as a deal as I thought it was. Or at least that's what I've heard, because I don't fucking have kids. But my girlfriend, she just had her second, and she was explaining that same exact kind of, like, feeling. Like, I was so anxious about, am I going to fuck this baby up? Like, how do I do everything right, And she didn't even bleed, but she just had that concern in general.
Yeah.
And so, but then she started realizing, like, oh, like, I got this. So I think it just takes like one kid and then you're like good,
Yeah. We'll see how it goes. I'm trying to like find like some kind of night work so that my girlfriend can still have her really good day job when she gets done with the maternity leave, and then I'll be able to stay home during the day with the baby so we don't have to fucking waste money on daycare.
Yeah.
'Cause right now, my day job, I'm a legal assistant at a real estate foreclosure law firm, and it don't pay that much, and it's stressing me the hell out. So, I kind of wish that I was still smoking right now, but I was for the longest time just smoking the wax. Like, I had a connection with that shit, and that shit is potent as fuck. So, especially last June, when I went there, I was definitely, I had a high tolerance, so I wasn't like too afraid that I would have been like dead if I took those edibles.
Right.
But as far as like eating edibles, the only time I've ever eaten edibles was from Joey Diaz, so it's pretty fucking cool.
No way.
Well, actually, I'm lying because I made brownies before. But they weren't like, who knows what the hell potency
you don't
those
even
were.
know if it like worked or if it was just like you thinking you were high because
exactly
you thought,
exactly. I woke up one night and my fucking girlfriend like ate half of the thing of brownies because she woke up after we had already eaten a bunch. We fell asleep and she woke up hungry, so she started eating more of them. I was like,
oh my God.
Would you leave me a couple, please?
That's funny.
But yeah,
edible. I tried like I know my dosage, and from that I tried everything, but really just nothing hits like some nice flower. You know?
I feel you. So I like the edibles, but I don't like that I have to wait for them to hit me. I like taking a puff and being like,
right?
Yeah.
So I've tried to find things that combat that time, because I'm the exact same fucking way. I like need that, warm feeling in the back of my head like immediately.
Yeah.
I've tried tinctures, which like if they're alcohol based, they get into your bloodstream faster if you like put it under your tongue, or beverages.
Yeah, I haven't tried any of those.
Yeah, and they go quicker, but it's like so variable, whereas like flour every time it's gonna follow through.
Yeah, unless you get some. Actually, I have not seen any like mids or like dirt weed in a long time.
It's anymore, son. No such thing. I seriously feel like there's no such thing, but I did see a picture of somebody took a picture of the Women's March. One of the signs said that Trump smokes mids, and that was just so fucking funny to me. That was so funny. I was like, oh my God, it's true. He was a fucking midi smoker, and that's why he's such a piece of shit.
I call him Flump.
Ew.
My brother started calling people that, like, just that he didn't like. And it just rhymes with Trump, so now I call it President Flump.
Flumps. He's a flump. It's a funny word.
He's like a fucking the whatchamacallit? The latest Johnny Depp Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, that one little
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
It's like a large version of him with a blonde wig.
Ew. Yeah, a little, instead of an Oompa Loompa, he's a Floompa Koopa.
He's an Oompa Floompa.
Okay.
So what's up with the pizza pajama party? Is that ever coming back? You guys still gonna do that or what?
I would like it to, but Izzy's focusing on her music career right now, which I totally respect, and she feels like since we created that together, it's kind of like I can't do it with anybody else, and she's not in a place where she could do it, so I don't think it's coming back, bro.
It was a fucking cool idea. I totally
It's a really cool idea. That's why I want to keep it. But I'm just like, what the fuck? So I don't know. I might like try and talk her into it and like be like, maybe just have like rotating hosts or something. And only, and I don't want to do it very often, but it was a good idea.
Hell yeah. Do you have any like prospects as far as doing like one of your own podcasts, like kind of like this?
Yeah, I mean, somebody gave me this idea in LA while I was out there, and I thought it was interesting. Apparently, there's like this psychologist made this like survey of questions that are basically like the key to making you fall in love with somebody. So, like people who've been in love, who are in love or have been in love or whatever, like these specific questions were asked within the relationship for them to get there. We were really high when we were having this. So now that I'm like talking about it, makes really weird like sense, but hear me out. So the idea is to have this list and then bring on guests and then ask the guests those questions. I mean, because it's basically psychological and scientifically based that these questions were how they were found or whatever.
Yeah, and then you could do studies off of the podcast itself.
Well, or see if they fall in love with me. And then also like do little like variations of like other science things like sex and science or like or other sexual things like kissing and like the science of kissing or like I don't know, like having little other discussions based around science and stuff, but also like so that was the only idea I've really had, but I don't know how I feel about that,
Yeah,
I thought it was a cool idea, but then when I just like told it to you, I was like, well,
just now I don't know about
it's like explaining it, but it could be called like falling in love with Nicki or something stupid. It just has to be different, like if it's not like that pizza pajama party, like that was different, so it needs to be different.
Yeah, like those chicks like had that podcast called Guys We Fucked or some shit.
And now they're like famous and touring with that podcast all over the country and shit.
I know, right? Damn.
And doing it live, so yeah, it works if you're like really behind what you are doing.
Oh, yeah.
So I think my problem is I have to find something I'm really behind,
Yeah. I mean, the science thing works with you because you are a scientist by day.
Right. And then, but also somehow make it just like a funny podcast, which I guess would just be naturally happening. I don't know. It's a thought, but
it's very cool. How about the Dead Moms Club? When was the last time that thing was like performed in front of people?
So
you guys still doing that at all, or any thoughts about it?
Yeah. Well, so because Izzy's branching out into the music industry and trying to become her own musician, that's kind of like on hiatus. Anything that we're doing together is, I mean, we're still living together, we're moving in together when our lease is up here, so like we're really good. Our relationship cool. I think those two things really brought out that we needed to do some things with our relationship, so we took the time to like work on our relationship. But also I've just been really working on comedy, and it's been like fucking paying off. So
I can tell, like, since we've befriended each other on fucking Instagram, which is so weird to say. You're fucking killing it. Like, you're out there like almost every weekend, aren't you? Like,
yeah, I'm out there a lot, and things are getting bigger, and like more opportunities are starting to happen because I'm just like keeping my head, down and just like working and working and working. So I'm totally cool with Dead Moms Club on a hiatus. I'm totally cool with No Pizza Pajama Party because it's like really just benefited my comedy, and that's really what my goal is. So it seems like a good place to be,
Oh, hell yeah. Speaking of comedy, how do you write? Do you write, or do you just get up on stage and shoot the shit? Like, I know there's many different ways, and I've never done it myself, but I'm always interested in that.
So for my job, I live in Baltimore, but I commute an hour each way from Baltimore, basically closer to DC. So that's why I'm in DC. So I have about a 2.5 hour commute every day of my life. And in that 2.5 hour commute, I'm fucking writing. I'm thinking, I'm writing, I'm listening to my sets. I'm writing down like little, I know it sounds weird, but I just use my phone and like, I'm sitting in a lot of traffic. So usually the car's stopped,
Yeah.
But, just thoughts. And then I take those thoughts and I'll just go to the stage with them and basically at open mics and just try and hammer out some sort of semblance of a joke. But I always start with just like, unless it's been fully developed in the writing, which sometimes happens, but isn't really the case. I just will go up there and then I'll see what happens where my mind takes me on stage with the crowd and obviously be recording so that I can go back and be like, oh, well, that worked, that didn't work, that kind of way.
Yeah, that's smart. That's what Rogan does a lot. He just takes his phone out and puts it on the stool and hits record.
Yeah, at some point you really have to listen to what you're saying or you're just not going to get anywhere because there are certain words or things that you're saying within your joke that are making it either really terrible or really great. And if you don't know what that is by not listening to yourself, you're like, you can't get better,
And if you don't have somebody that's like there, that's a friend or something watching and like telling you, maybe you shouldn't say that or maybe you shouldn't do this.
And that's another thing, which is hard because I know for me personally, I have a really hard time with criticism which I mean, I guess everybody does, but like as a comedian, like I need to fucking toughen up a little bit, So, the DC Improv is kind of like one of the most coveted clubs in our area. And the booker this week emailed me and was like, had mentioned before that he would be willing to sit down and watch my video that I submitted and go over it, like as far as like what a booker is looking for, etc. Mm-hmm. And so like he reached out this week and was like, okay, so when do you want to go over this video? And I'm just like, oh my God.
Never.
It's so scary, but I'm not going to get anywhere if I don't go fucking be really uncomfortable while he tells me how terrible I am for 10, 15, 20 minutes. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like you have to like, it really only hurts while he would be saying it, I would think, because then you can go back and like actually think about what he's saying from an outsider point of view. Because right then you're just like getting berated by fucking... not insults, but constructive criticism, I guess you would call it.
And that is like not a good feeling when you're like, this is your heart and soul, and
yeah,
and you're trying to be yourself, and they're like, well, be more of yourself, and it's like, well, like how much more can I really be? Because I'm being right now, like I don't no, I'm just kidding. And the funny thing is like, what if he has good things to say? Like I'm all automatically on like defense, and I think, and I'm just like at this point where it's like, no, like you need to do that. You need to go here. If you want to get anywhere, this is what you have to do. Like, you know how lucky I am to have this opportunity, So I don't know.
When was the first time you got on stage? Do
you remember? Yeah, it was June 2nd, 2014. So this year in June will be my third year doing comedy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm still a really big baby at it, but, you know, like, as far as Joe Rogan, who's been doing it for what, pushing 20?
Yeah, and Joey, too. He just hit 20.
Wow.
Actually,
Yeah.
he's probably been doing it a little more than that because he just hit 20 out there in LA. Like,
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Exactly.
do you have any like ideas of maybe moving out there at some point?
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, like, my ultimate goal would be to be a paid regular at the Comedy Store.
Hell yeah.
So, I mean, I'm just like, you know, little by little showing my face, working, showing my face, you know, working. So that's kind of my point for going out to LA like I do, is to just meet people and connect and network.
Yeah. Do you like the New York scene? Have you like
ventured
out there?
I've done a few weekends in New York. It's not the same as LA.
Yeah, no.
The vibes are different. But I've had some really good fucking times. See, the cool thing about New York is I got to go up 4 times in one day.
Yeah, because I hear there's like a lot more clubs like within a nice radius.
Right. And in LA, that's like impossible, first of all. You know, I could go up 3 times here in one day, but I'd be out till like, you know, 1 a.m. Whereas in New York, I can start at 2 p.m. and end at midnight and be like done, you know?
Yeah.
Which is so hot, but.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so those are really and Philly. I really love Philly.
Yeah, I've been applying at like Punchline and Helium up here. I went to like a job fair at Punchline recently. And I'm sitting there talking to the guy that was like doing the on-site interviews, and I was just applying to be like a doorman. I don't fucking care as long as it's at night and it's like at a place where, you know, I want to be. You know, it's either a comedy club or like a music venue. And I didn't even think about it. I've been doing this live sound shit with my friend Bob for like 3 years now, and you know, I could run a fucking live show, like, music-wise.
Yeah.
And I haven't even applied for any, like, venues. I'm a turd. I don't know what the hell's going on, but I need to get on that shit.
Write that down right now that you're going to start doing that.
Oh, I did. I went through. He's like, dude, if you just, like, applied to, like, 20 places, I'm sure you'd get hired at one. Just fucking do it. But I'm sitting there with the guy at Punchline, and, I don't know. He didn't know who Joey Diaz was. I was like, really? Maybe I should be applying over at Helium.
Yeah, seriously.
But they just opened up like last year, or like maybe a year and a half ago. The Punchline. Oh, well, so they haven't had the pleasure of having him there because Joey plays Helium whenever he comes through Philly. So
yeah,
I think they have like some kind of like clause or something in their contracts where he can't play a certain club if he just played another club like within a certain amount of time or some crap. I don't know.
It's so weird how that all works, but it's true. There are, and yeah, that actually is a real thing. So it's probably the case.
Yeah. So I'm waiting. I called Joey a couple days ago and was like, dude, I'm gonna apply at Helium. Do you mind if I put your name down as a reference? He's like, go for it, man. They're pretty cool people over there. I was like, all right, I'm not going to put your phone number down because...
So is this still Helium in Philly or in New Jersey?
It's in Philly. I don't think there is a Helium in Jersey. I want to fucking start a damn club.
How far is that?
From me, it's about 20-25 minutes.
Dude, I am going to definitely try and do Helium, and you should... Because I've been looking into how to get on at Helium and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I'll let you know, and you should meet me when I do that. Because I'm trying to get to Philly a lot more. If you're that close to Philly...
Yeah, pretty fucking close. I'm in Voorhees, New Jersey, so that's like
I have no idea.
Like 20 minutes from the bridge, the Ben Franklin.
Okay.
So
yeah, I don't know. Wow.
It's real close. And that's why I've been applying to them places, because I'm like, fuck, man, like whatever, I'll pay $5 a night to cross a bridge.
Yeah.
As long as it's something that I can stand doing, you know.
Yeah, that would be so cool to be able to watch comedy every night and be a part of it. Do you want to be a comedian?
I've always had like the thought of wanting to do it. I've been fucking into comedy. My mom got me into George Carlin when I was like 10.
Oh, yeah.
So like she taped all his HBO specials onto like one VHS tape. I forget, like they made the VHS tape be able to record like 10 hours at one point. It was like but the video was really shitty. But anyway.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I used to like sit there and like write down like what he was saying. For some reason, I don't know why. Just because I watched it so much, I eventually just started writing it down.
Wow, that's crazy.
I feel like he was one of the fucking best, man.
Oh, of course.
We seriously need more George Carlin-esque comedians in this world, especially right now. I was just watching like one of his things he did. It was on C-SPAN, but he was like talking to a whole bunch of people at like some press conference in like Washington D.C. and just talking about the media and the people that work in D.C. and they were all laughing at him. But
wow,
you know, it's.
I'm trying to think of a comic that's similar to George Carlin that is like kind of as at least famous, but I'm not.
That's still alive? I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, like Bill Hicks was kind of close a little bit. He got more into the weird shit. But I just feel like George Carlin was. He said shit that people, especially people in like power, would not want other people to hear.
Right.
Like he had that knowledge, you know. But nowadays, like we see it on social media, like, but we don't really talk about it, or we do talk about it and we kind of get silenced a little bit. I don't know. It's weird. I have like family that is more left wing than I am, or whatever the hell you would say. I'm more like I was just listening to Rogan and the dude from Vice. He had Shane Smith, yeah. Mm-hmm. And he was like, I'm more of like a centrist. I'm in the middle, you know, like I like a little bit of the left and a little bit of the right, but once you go too far either way, it's like fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It is. And my family's the same way. I mean, well, I don't know. I mean, they're whatever the more conservative is.
Yeah, yeah. And I can't get in, like, a few of my family members are like Trump supporters. And I'm just like,
mine too.
So I don't even bring it up, you know, like.
Well, it's hard. I don't bring it up, but they do. And then I'm just like, I'm just not going to talk to you for the next 4 years. So later, like, I'm not fucking doing it. You're not going to bark down my, throat about why you think, like, I didn't even say we had to talk about Trump. You just want to. Like, it's just weird, want to. It's like.
And with the way news and media is right now, like, all you have to do is type in something in Google and you'll find an answer for what you were thinking, like.
True or not.
Well, yeah.
Like, could be true, could be false.
Yeah, yeah.
But
you really have to like look up the source, and people don't go that far. They just see that it was just, it's at the top of Google. It must be fucking true.
People read the title of the paper or article and then just like repost it. Like,
yeah.
I've been a villain of that myself, but I try not to, but it's, yeah, that's how lazy people are, though. They're just like, oh, this sentence, I agree with it, let me post it,
Yeah, and then when you have something to say about it, then they come back at you with fucking insults and, it's like, oh, you're real fucking mature, man. Why don't you read a little bit?
Acting like the person they voted for,
It's true. Oh, man. How long before you got to leave for your show? It said 9 or something, right?
It starts at 8.
Oh, it starts at 8? Oh, shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost 7. That's not a big deal.
Is it far away?
No, it's like 5 minutes from my house.
Oh, nice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So how long is your podcast normally?
I go for however long, really. Like, when I first started out, I was, like, doing, like, it would be, like, an hour or 2, but it was because I didn't really have a bunch of connections, and I didn't have this Skype thing hooked up to where I felt confident that it would actually work. So I was trying to get, like, people I knew, that I could do in person. So, and I would just have them come over my apartment, and most of the beginning ones were, like, musicians, because, that's what I do. But,
right.
I made a pact with myself in the beginning of the year to put one out every week, at least. Whether or not I had a guest on or whether I was just talking by myself. Because I started this fucking podcast in July of 2015, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, and, like, this is only 27 that I'm doing, the number 27. I think a lot of it, well, the last year anyway, I was kind of, like, waiting. There was a lot of other crap going on, but I was talking to Joey, like, last March, and he called me because I was out of work for a while, and then I finally found a, like, stupid job at Target, fucking stocking shelves, because I just didn't want to get back into the legal assistant crap that I do now. It's so mind-numbing. But he called me one day. I was stocking shelves, and I was like, fuck it, I'm answering the phone. I'm gonna take lunch now. And we were talking about something, and he was like, so when are you gonna have me on your podcast? I was like, whenever you want to fucking call me and do it, I'll figure out a way. And at that time, I didn't even have, like, had the Skype hookup thing. I had to borrow, like, an audio box USB thing from my friend, and now right now you're coming through my phone, out of my headphone jack, and into a mixer, into GarageBand on my MacBook. So
cool.
Yeah, it's different.
But it's just, like, that's how easy it can be.
Yeah, I didn't realize. Like, I don't know why I haven't done this sooner, And now that I feel a lot more confident with it, I'm gonna try and get people to actually do it, like, actually, like, go after them to do it. Because I never really wanted to, because I didn't want to have it be shitty. Like, if Joey fucking called and it just was like, he doesn't have Skype on his phone, so it would just have to be like a regular phone call, and with the phone sitting, because I have the phone on a on a cup right next to the microphone that's recording me. So if he called me, it would pick up all, like, the regular phone, like,
yeah.
So I was like, do you have Skype? He's like, no. I was like, oh, well, okay. Well, I'll figure it out then.
That's funny.
But,
so then that should be one of your goals for this year, is to have him on your...
Oh, yeah.
Right?
We actually, we tried a couple weeks ago. When he was in Cleveland. He's like, I think it was the Monday before he left, we talked on the phone, and he was, that was when I told him that the Instagram just hit 100,000 at that time. And he was like, are you serious? I was like, yeah, dude, this ain't no fucking joke. And he's like, my YouTube page actually just hit 100,000, and they sent me a plaque. Like,
oh, wow.
So he was like, all right, well, and I asked, at that point, him, like, about doing the podcast again, because I didn't ask him again since, like, last March. I don't want to fucking be persistent bug. Yeah, I don't want to bug him about it. Yeah. So he was like, all right, well, I'll give you a call Friday. Or no, he told me to call him Friday when I got done work. So I came home. I was fucking excited all week. I was like, fuck, man, what the hell am I going to talk to him about? Like, besides all the shit that he's already talked about. So I'm sitting there, like, trying to write down questions, like, that I would think nobody would ask and all that. So Friday comes, and I'm sitting there. I got my laptop. Everything's up and ready. I'm ready to fucking get through it, even if it's a phone call. Like, with all the shit going on, and I just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it and see how it turns out. And called him, he didn't answer, and then I saw him post something on Twitter, and I was like, oh man, it's been an hour and a half.
Oh shit, he forgot.
No, well, he called me like right after I sent him a DM on Twitter, and everybody's always like, whenever I post anything about him texting or something, it's like the direct message thing. I don't think he considers that a text for some reason, because it's like in the app, or I know he does a lot of shit on Twitter on his computer. But anyway, as soon as I messaged him, I was like, dude, I've been waiting a little while, but I gotta go run and do some sound now, so maybe we can do this another time. He called me right back. He was like, oh, brother, I'm so sorry. Like, I had radio, I had a conference call. These fucking edibles are killing me, you know? So I can only imagine, like, you know, can you imagine being Joey Diaz? Like, all the fucking weed that he smokes, all the edibles that he takes. I don't know how he functions to even get up and do a Periscope in the morning or whatever.
I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty functional on pot, though, I feel like. Oh,
I am too, but I don't know. Like, I've never gotten to his tolerance level.
Yeah. That's the other thing. I feel like anytime I just eat too much weed, I just fall immediately to sleep, you know?
Yeah. It's kind of it's almost like a waste, but it's a fucking great sleep, though.
It is.
And then you wake up feeling incredible in the morning.
But then you're like, damn it, I wanted to have fun. Edible.
Oh, well, there's always tonight. I wish they were more accessible here. It fucking sucks in New Jersey with Chris Christie being our governor. Thank God he's out, though, next year, 2018.
Oh, good.
I will kick him the fuck out.
I really drove through his neighborhood sort of recently.
Oh, yeah? What, in, like near Trenton or something?
I can't remember what it was called, but I just remember being like, I saw 10 castles, and I was telling somebody about it, and they were like, yeah, that's like where Chris Christie lives. And I was just like, what? He lives in a fucking castle, like in Jersey.
Maybe that's why his fucking ShopRite bill is so fucking big.
Yeah, like, these houses I saw, I've never in my life, like, in New Jersey, I was just very like, wow, like, this is crazy.
Yeah, there's a few, like, Cherry Hill is close to here, and that town is, like, known for, like, being more on the richer side. Yeah. So, like, when I drive to work, I kind of have to drive through it a little bit on the edge of it. So there's, like, a couple houses I'm just like, holy shit, like, who the fuck lives there?
Yeah. Well, everybody that helps run dirty old Jersey.
Yeah.
Jersey.
Oh, yeah.
I can't believe you live in Jersey.
I can't believe it either, man.
How long have you lived there?
I was born here, and then my dad got a job transfer back in, like, 89. Uh-huh. So the whole family moved to Hollywood, Florida. It's like near Fort Lauderdale. Uh-huh. So that was kind of weird. We lived there for like 4 years, and I was at the age where I couldn't really do a lot of shit myself. I was still young. My parents wouldn't even let me drive my bicycle off the sidewalk at that point.
Yeah.
So I couldn't really enjoy it, but it was really cool. It was like an awesome atmosphere. And recently, like 2 years ago, we went on a little vacation down there in that same area. I visited like where I used to live. So just getting off a plane and seeing palm trees and shit, I'm sure that's kind of how California feels a little bit.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Just not as humid.
Yeah. So
it's funny. There's like a Hollywood town, like town everywhere. Because there's like a Hollywood, Maryland. I lived in a Hollywood, Maryland for like a year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I thought the only other one was Florida, where I live.
Yeah, I think there's one in every state. Honestly, I feel like
Hollyweed.
Yeah, that was weird. You know what's so funny is right after that, I was literally taking my picture with the Hollywood sign, like right before that happened. Like that happened the same week that I was in LA, and I went to the sign before they did that.
No shit.
I was so pissed. I was like, this is some bullshit.
Do you know how long it was like up for? It was probably just up for like the day or something, right?
No, I really honestly was so drunk by the time I found out that it was happening that I kind of like didn't get to like really process it until I was like home. So
that was fucking awesome. I was listening to what was it? Wasn't that, when did you go? That was last year, right? Like,
yeah, it was for New Year's Eve.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to one of Rogan's like New Year's Eve podcasts or some shit, and they were talking about it. And I saw it on. That's fucking awesome. People need to do that more.
Yeah, they do. That was really cool.
I think that was the first time anybody had the idea to fucking do that too.
I know, I can't believe it. And then they just started like making all these like other memes off of that one.
That's crazy. Well, thank you for giving me a call. It's been about an hour.
Yeah, it's been an hour. Wow, that was like pretty quick actually.
Hell yeah. I kind of like have to keep them short because my Libsyn subscription only gives me so much data.
Well, that's cool. An hour is good, I feel like.
Oh yeah. This was very enjoyable, and we should definitely do it again.
Yeah, I'm down to do it again for any time that you want, man.
For social media reasons, where can people find you? Exactly. I know I spelled your name wrong earlier, but that's because you kind of spelled it wrong too.
Well, I do that because everybody's like, "Oh, how do you say your last name?" Fucks, and I'm like, "No, motherfucker, it's Fuchs."
Yeah, motherfucker.
Yeah, Fuck It Friday, bitch.
Hashtag.
Yeah. You can follow me on Twitter at NFEWKS. That's NFuchs. That's the reason I say Fuchs is like, or spell it that way is because that's how people should pronounce it.
Yeah.
Not fuck.
I knew that, like, because we're friends on Facebook too. I knew that's how you spelled it, but I don't know. For some reason, I thought that's how you would want people to see it on there. But whatever. Yeah. It's all good. It's
just the phonetical spelling. It was just easy.
Oh, yeah.
And then the same with Instagram at NFuchs, NFEWKS, blah, blah, blah. Cool. Anyway, yeah. Find me there.
And what, tell me again what the place was that you're playing tonight and whatever you're doing for the next, like, week or so. I know I saw your post. You have, like, a couple different things coming up.
I'm actually really excited. I'm doing the DC Improv on February 16th. I'll be at Cellar Door in Frederick, Maryland on Sundays at 7. What else? I don't know. Just a whole bunch of like little stuff in this area and hoping to hear back from some festivals soon. So really the DC Improv is the most important. You can go find all of that info at www.nickifuchs.com.
Oh, shit. You got a website. I got one too, but I don't ever fucking update that thing. I'm just sticking straight to Instagram and Twitter for now.
I'm actually learning how to integrate my Instagram onto my website at this point.
Oh, awesome.
So, yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm really just, I don't want to have like a Facebook page. Like I would just like one website where you can go. I write little diary entries, like all these things. So that's kind of my main thing, right? Yeah. So.
Cool. Well, thank you very much. It was a pleasure talking.
Michael, and hopefully I'll talk to you soon, and I'll hit you up when I know when I'm going to Philly.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think they have the open mics at Helium like on Tuesdays, which is
it's like a Wednesday actually.
I
have all the info, but yeah, there's a festival in Philly that I applied for, so that might be another thing. So we'll see.
Cool. I look forward to it.
All right, I'll talk to you later. Thanks so much.
Have a good night.
All right, you too. Bye.
Bye.
She's mine. She wanna ride me all around like a bicycle without my fun and make me frown. But I'm gonna take her down. Got me on the ground. She said she hates my actions, but she loves the way I sound. I wanna rub up on a friend, but I got too drunk and started fucking, fell back to the end, and now she won't let me in. Bustin' a fight, darling, I'm doing you right. She's a murderer. Oh yes, I said, oh she's a murderer. loosen it from my head into my chest. Hey, and if I get kicked out this time, did you rocky rock, spin that beat and make it sound so fine? Ladies always say, mine, 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 she's a murderer. Oh yes, I said, oh she's a murderer. Oh yes, I know, yes, and I said now. She's a murderer. Oh yes, I said, oh she's a murderer. But she won't play me for no clown. She's mine. I won't be jeopardized no more. I won't even try no more. I just won't sympathize no more. Yeah, you just wanna use me. Say loving and abuse me. Oh, how quickly I was to forget that whatever you said don't mean a thing. She's a murderer. Oh yes, I said, oh she's a murderer. Oh yes, and oh yes, and I said now. She's a murderer. Oh yes, I said, oh she's a murderer. But she won't play me for no clown. She's mine. She's mine. And she won't hurt me again. She's a murderer. She's a murderer. She won't hurt me anymore, no more, no more, no more, no more. Ah, she's mine. Oh, she's mine. But she won't hurt me again. Oh, she's a murderer. She's a murderer. But she won't hurt me again. She's a murderer, a filthy murderer. She won't hurt me again. Yeah, yeah, come on. Oh, yeah, come on. Oh, she's a murderer.
Thank you.